Okay, today we're going to teach you guys how to do a power snatch. Taylor Ray is our demonstrator here. Taylor has never been instructed formally in the snatch before. He's fooled around with a little bit, but nobody's ever actually taught you to do a snatch correctly. Is that right? Okay, what we're going to do is adapt our teaching method that we use for the power clean into the power snatch. And when we teach the power clean, we teach it from basically 3 bar positions, and then we teach you to jump and catch the bar. The snatch really is no different than the clean, except in that it racks in a different position. The clean racks on the shoulders, and the snatch racks in the position of balance right over the shoulder joint, over the head at arm's length. So the method really works very well for both of these things. So let's go over a couple of positions, and then we'll adapt these to the snatch. And then after we get you snatching from the top, we teach this method from the top, just like we do the power clean. Then we will tack a deadlift onto that, take the whole thing back down to the floor so that we're doing a full range of motion power snatch. Okay, go ahead and pick the bar up. Now, the grip that we are going to use on the snatch will be wide. It will be wide enough that the barbell ends up somewhere between your pubis and your hip pointers. So right there in your lap somewhere. So go on out to a position of about 2 fingers. Well, that's about right. About a finger for guys as big as you. About a finger width out from the sleeve. Now, is that hitting you right in there in the middle someplace?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's going to be the last place the barbell touches you as it leaves after you jump. Okay? Now, this position we're going to go ahead and call the hang position. H-A-N-G. The bar is in the hang position. Feet are going to be in that same position that a vertical jump or a standing broad jump, depending on your interpretation of that, would do. Toe out on that left side just a little bit more so it's even. Good. That's about symmetrical. Heels fairly close together. Toes out. Allow the knees to go out. And knees out will be important as we come off the floor later. Now, elbows are straight. To remind the elbows to be straight, we're going to internally rotate the humerus just a little bit like that to lock the elbows into a straight position. Barbell jumps up in the air with straight elbows, and we'll talk more about that later. Chest is up, normal upright position. This would be the position in which you just deadlift the bar off the floor with the snatch grip. This is called the hang position. It's the first thing we'll learn. Now, the next position is the rack position. So get the barbell up over the head in the familiar overhead squat position. Okay? Now, in this position, the bar is in balance when it's directly over the shoulder joint. It's got nothing to do where it is over your head or your neck. It's the shoulder joint over which it must be balanced. And the palm of the hand should be rotated up, pointing at the ceiling. You'll notice that in that procedure finishes the external rotation of the humerus. So from the pull, where we're internally rotated, you are externally rotating into the rack. Palm of the hand should be pointed at the ceiling. Later on, when you're using a hook grip for this, most people in Olympic weightlifting prefer to hold on to their hook during the rack position. So it's just less stuff to worry about. Now, this is the rack position. Once again, it's right over the shoulder joint right here. Now let's finish it out by shrugging up. This pulls the traps into the movement, and the traps are what really hold the bar up here. Deltoids, triceps involve themselves with mainly keeping the elbow straight, but the load is supported by the back from the scapulas by the trapezius. So that shrug is an extremely important part of learning how to rack the bar over the head. Now, we're going to unrack the bar and drop it back down and catch it. And I want you to do that by first turning the wrist over and letting the barbell drop as close to your chest as you can get it as you lower the bar. Don't try to unsnatch it, just let it fall. Unlock the wrist and let it fall. Just exactly like that. Notice that the bar was very close. This is the bar path that the bar will use on the way up as well. So we're starting to practice that bar path and keep the barbell in nice and close, even as you lower that first rep. Let's do it again. Get it back up into position. Point the palms of the hands at the ceiling, which ensures that the humerus is in the right position and the elbow is protected by that external rotation. And then unlock the wrists and lead it back down. Just drop it. Just exactly like that. And you can probably hear it touch his chest. This is how close the barbell has to be. If the barbell's not this close, if it's out here, then it's off balance because it's not over his mid-foot. Okay, now, that's the second of the two positions. Okay? And the third of these positions that we're going to now learn is the jumping position. Unlock knees and hips, both at the same time. This will make the bar slide down to the middle of the thighs. Okay? This is the jumping position. This is the position where we start moving the bar faster and start thinking about leaving the ground. Now, the jumping position must be assumed with elbows straight. All right? And then when we jump, elbows must stay straight during the jump. The only time the elbows bend in the snatch is after the jump, and this extremely early part of this phase is where you learn that. Do not jump with bent elbows. Jump with straight elbows. Look right over here, 15, 20 feet away from you on the floor. Not up high, but down here in a comfortable position for your neck. And now, I want you to jump up in the air as high as you can. Don't worry about racking the bar. Just jump as high as you can jump. Go. Good. You'll notice that the bar hit you in the same place on the belly that it touched you during the hang position. Do that again. Jumping position, jump up in the air. Go. Jump. Good. We actually hear the bar rattle. Again. Jump. You can hear the bar rattle as he makes contact with it with his belly. This ensures a nice vertical bar path, and it makes sure that the bar is in fact receiving all of that upward energy of the jump, and that it's touching you as an artifact of that final hip extension. Nice hard hip extension is part of this movement, kind of like a proper kettlebell swing. Okay, now, let's do this one more time. Jump up in the air, high as you can from the jumping position. Go. Jump! Now this next time, I want you to just let it land in the rack. Jumping position, jump and catch. Just exactly like that. That's about all there is to a snatch. It doesn't need to be any more complicated than that. Unlock wrists, let it come down, nice and close. Notice how close that was? That's how close it is when you go up. Again. Now, elbows, keep elbows straight, jump. Again, this time, elbows straight, jump and catch. Go! Good. Nice and close. Drop it close. One more time. Jump and catch. Go! Good. Just exactly like that. Now put the bar down, rest a second. Now let's talk about the bar path and the snatch and the actual mechanics of the movement. A snatch is not a press with a snatch grip. It's got absolutely nothing in common with that movement. What actually happens in a snatch is that as the jump is initiated, as the top of the jump is finished, the barbell travels on up, elbows lead, and finally the wrists are the last thing to turn over. Okay? Thus, when we set it down the opposite way we do it is unlock the wrists and come back down. Really, what you think about is this. We lead with the wrists in the final analysis. Again, it's up like this, and the bar racks. You practice that on the way down by unlocking, coming back down. This is the movement. Now, a lot of people mistake this thing right here for a snatch. There's no pressing component to this movement, okay? Not any pressing component at all. One more little piece we'll show you in just a minute to help finish this process out. But don't get in the habit of raising up, prematurely rotating into this position and then locking out. The last thing that happens is wrists, and that should happen at the point of rack at the top, okay? Now let's do it again. Take a grip. Snatching is sweaty business, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, now, same grip, jumping position, jump and catch. Note that the elbows stay straight until after the jump occurs. This is the time to learn this process. The jump must occur. At some point, you will be there. At no point will you be here. You will have finished that upward extension with elbows straight and then catch the bar. Okay? Come back down. Now here's one more little piece of the puzzle. When the bar gets heavy, the last thing that you're going to do to help straighten out the elbows from here is a drop. Okay? The drop is the thing that permits the catching of the load on the straight arms. Try it again. Going to jump and drop. That's the movement. Now, a full snatch would entail a complete drop into a squat, but we're not going to learn that today. Okay? Unlock it. Again, one more. Jump! Good. And down. Set it down on the ground, rest your hands a little bit. Now, here's what we're going to do. In order to get the bar back down to the floor, we are going to, from the top, go down to the floor in stages. We're going to use two intermediate positions that we haven't used yet to get to the floor. And when we get down there, we will be doing the full range of motion of a complete power snatch. Okay? So, pick the bar back up, snatch grip, hang position. Hang position. Now, let's go to the jumping position. Let's do one rep. Eyeballs are right over here. Go. Just exactly like that. Good. Catch it at the hang. Now, using hips to sit back and slide the bar down in a vertical line down the thigh. I want you to slide down to a position just below the kneecaps. Shove the knees out at this point. Right there. Good. This enables you to get the depth. You should be in a position right below the kneecaps. Shoulders will be in front of the bar. Now, slowly slide the bar up until it gets to the middle of the thigh where you have been jumping. When you touch the mid-thigh, which is the jumping position, go ahead and do your jump that you have been doing correctly previously. Go. Just like that. Again. When you get to the mid-thigh, which is our jumping position, the speed starts to increase. The jump occurs. The last thing you'll feel is the bar leave your belly and land in the snatch position at the rack at the top. Again, knees out. Knees out facilitates a nice vertical bar pass. Slide it up and jump. Just exactly like that. One more time from below the knees. Excellent. Excellent so far. Knees out. Good. Slide it up and jump. Good. Nice job. Now, catch it at the hang. Catch it at the hang. Now, this is the last step on the way down to a full range of motion power snatch. I want you to use the same exact lowering mechanics with your hips and legs that you've been doing, and I want you to end up in mid-shin. This is the position the bar will be when there are plates on it sitting on the ground. Okay? From that position, pull it up slowly. Slowly right now, fast is later. We'll get fast when we get better. Fast is later. Slowly you'll pull it up until it starts into the jumping position, then you'll jump. Okay? Again. Reach down, way down low, way down to the mid-shins. There's a full snatch position. Slide it up and jump. Just exactly like that. One more time. Mid-shin. Reach down, shoulders forward, hips back. There you are. Pull. Excellent. And set it down. Good. That's all there is to it, really. Now, what we're going to do is we're just going to put some plates on the bar to add a little weight, just to show you that, and we're going to do it from the top again. We're going to do the first phase of this from the top, just to show you that the bar jumps up in the air, and the heavier it is, the harder you jump, because that's why we're doing this. Okay, so let's add a 10 to each side. Pull it back here. Now, we're going to use the same procedure we just used. Okay? Only difference is we're only going to do 3 reps this time. We're not going to belabor the point right below the knee. We're going to do jumping position, 1 rep. Below the knee, just below the kneecap, 1 rep. And 3rd rep, you're going to reach down, touch the floor, come back up and snatch it. Okay? Deadlift the bar to the hanging position. Go ahead and use your hook. Good. Jumping position. Good. Good. Jump and catch. Go. Good. And catch it. Remember, elbows are straight. Elbows are straight. This is the reminder. Again now, below the kneecaps. Knees out. Good. Pull it up and jump. Up. Good. Just exactly right. And catch it. Elbows are straight on this jump. Now, last rep. Last rep. Reach down, touch the floor. Slide it back up and snatch it. Up. Good. Excellent. And down. Down to the ground. Okay? And that's basically the power snatch. The next 3 reps would be just pulled from the floor. Let's do 2 reps. Here in just a sec after you rest. I want you to make sure that on these next 2 pulls, when the bar starts on the floor, that it is in the correct position over the midfoot. Okay? Nice vertical bar path is a nice efficient bar path. Okay? Take your grip. From this position, you will snatch it. Roll it back. There it is. Knees out. Pull. Excellent. Now, just drop it. Good. 2nd rep. See how close you can keep it to your legs, all the way up from the floor. Nice and close. Keep it right over the balance point, all the way up. Push it back, chest up, pull. Just exactly right. Good. Little balance problem there, but that's solved with experience. And that's the basic procedure. It's not any more complicated